June is Pollinator Month, and Mary Phillips from the National Wildlife Federation is here to share the benefits and impact of native plants for key pollinators like bees, butterflies, and birds. Mary, thanks for joining us. So explain the importance of native plants for pollinators.
Thank you so much for having me today, Sasha. I'll be delighted to get into this, one of my favorite topics. Native plants have co-evolved with pollinators, specifically native bees, butterflies, and hummingbirds, for example, for over a millennia. So they have specific attributes that, in some cases, we have 4,000 native bee species in the United States, in North America, and there are 35 to 60% of those plants have co-evolved with specific native bees. If those plants don't exist, those native bees cannot get their pollen and nectar, particularly their pollen, in a way that they can then raise their young. So they're so essential to so many species that way.
Absolutely. And what do native plants provide that non-native plant species don't when it comes to pollinators and the ecosystem?
Sure. So one is obviously this unique relationship to specific wildlife species, but also they have these amazing root systems that actually spread out under the soil. They die back, they create root channels, they actually help with stormwater runoff. And they also are just, they're providing a variety of other benefits to not just the pollinators, but to other types of wildlife as well.
And what can people at home do to make a difference?
Yes, absolutely. One of the things we've really been encouraging people is to remove where they can patches of their turf lawn and replace that with native plants. Turf lawn doesn't actually have a great ecosystem for wildlife, so that's one simple step, just taking a small piece of that out. And then wherever you're planting, if you can strive to get about 70% of your plant palette to be native plants, that's essential.
And Mary, what about for people that have small spaces or are new gardeners like myself?
Oh, great. Thanks. It's a good question. We get that one a lot. Small spaces, you can actually have the same benefits. If you have a collection of planters, container gardens in your space, be it a patio or porch, you can actually, by planting milkweed, which helps the monarch butterfly, and also other nectar providing plants, you can actually do a great pollinator garden in those spaces. But try to keep a layered approach so that you have different heights and three-season bloom. That's really important.
I love that. Now, you did mention before about the native plants. Where can people go to find the list of plants that are native to their region?
Sure. So National Wildlife Federation, our native plant finder, if you put in your zip code, you can get plant lists that support the highest numbers of butterflies and moths too, which are also important. And you can get those with a list of grasses, flowering perennials, and trees and shrubs. And then also, if you just want to do kind of a DIY starter garden, you can go to gardenforwildlife.com, which provides you by state or your local area actually curated collections of ready to go pollinator gardens.
I love it. You've inspired me to plant. Thank you so
Great.
much for being here with us, Mary. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Sasha.